Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. So we're going to talk about little CBA today, and this is a video that I wanted to do a while back, but didn't have the chance to do it. So now I'm going to do it now because there's a lot of other information that's tied into this. So we already know that the CBA offer, the WNBA offer the players 4 times the amount that they wanted to make, because they say, hey, we want to make more money, pay us what you owe us. So they went out, gave them a nice substantial deal. Guess what? They throw it back in their face. Then they got out there and started talking about, hey, it was a slap in their face. Now, we all know Breanna Stewart and Napheesa is tied to Unrivaled. And that was one of the things that they was talking about, had in the works. But now, with all of this latest stuff, because Gabby Williams, if you remember in the off season, Gabby Williams said, hey, no, she didn't say, she said it at the All-Star, I think, yeah, the All-Star, said that they didn't want them to play in Unrivaled. They don't want to play overseas. She was the first to leak that information out. Now you get Collier Sabally, who thinks she's the spokesperson for the CBA. She thinks she's the, whatever her position is in the WNBAPA, the WNBA, whatever it is, she thinks she's a spokesperson for me. Every time you look, there's a microphone in her face. She's talking. She's saying bad things, and this is what's going to hurt them a lot, because the fact of the matter is they don't know how to shut up. They continue to talk. They think they have leverage when they don't, because they backing everything off of what Caitlin Clark did in the first year, which they continue to try to vaporize what 2024 was. If it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, they wouldn't even been in this position. My thing is this here: what would they did if the Unrivaled wasn't there? They would have been overseas. Gabby Williams said many times she want to play in the WNBA, but she makes more money overseas. Satou Sabally, somebody who been injured almost all last year, acting like she's a top 10 superstar, like she don't want MVPs, like she don't want WNBA championships. Girl, you got a chance to make over $1 million with the new agreement. If it was the old agreement, I say, nah, we still want to play. You making more money in Unrivaled when the new CBA come about. And that's not it. That's not how it works. You can't get everything under the sun in your new CBA agreement, because the league still has to divvy money out to other areas. You're already looking at new teams coming in. You need to get more roster spots available. Heck, somewhere down the line, you need to build a G League. You still got players that drafted not this year, last year, year before, haven't even had a chance to play in this league. And you think Unrivaled is going to fund all of this? First of all, Unrivaled can't even get on primetime TV the right way. Unrivaled is like going to sister TV stations like TNT, TBS, all of them stuff, True TV. Nobody watches them channel. If you can't get on the big boy channel like the ESPN, like CBS Sports, Amazon Prime, I mean, what are we talking about? Nobody, everybody, some people tune into Unrivaled because of the fact of the matter is that there was other players that they wanted to see. But Unrivaled was horrible, just to be honest. It didn't do the numbers. You think you're gonna pay all these young kids? See, that's the thing they think is gonna happen by bringing all of these young talent in. Is going to save Unrivaled. But see, the one thing that I keep saying, and I have been saying this in all of my videos, the WNBA is not going to shut down because there's going to be a lockout. They're going to find a way to continue to be function. But let's listen to what Satou Sabally have to say, because every time she opened her mouth, I continuously dislike her more and more and more.
Satou, you were saying on TikTok that the league doesn't want you guys playing on Unrivaled, the league doesn't want you guys playing overseas. What was expressed to you?
I wasn't aware that they already publicly announced that. I mean, that's wrong. I made more money at Unrivaled than excluding this year in my entire WNBA career, so that's not right.
She said she wasn't aware that they made that announcement. They didn't make that announcement. Gabby Williams made that announcement. She leaked that out. They didn't ever publicly come out and say, hey, we didn't want y'all to play in there. But they're trying to give y'all an option to where you don't have to go overseas, where you can make more money in the W, where you don't have to play in the other league. See, the thing about it is, no matter what, they're not going to have enough players to back them when this lockout comes. And players, the one thing you got to understand, everybody can't play in Unrivaled. Everybody is not making the kind of money that they're making, especially the rookies and the rookies from last year, not making that kind of money. And then you got to think about this. Everybody that came over to play for hardship deals just to get a chance to play in the WNBA, they'd rather do that than play overseas. And so you think about the players that's right now, that's in this hardship circle right now because of the injuries. You think that if the WNBA starts up next year doing a lockout and they say, well, you know what, hey, y'all could play over here instead of go overseas, they're going to play them. And while y'all locking out, people going to continue to tune in, because you got to think about this. The one person that you think is going to lock out is not going to lock out. And they are banking on Caitlin Clark to lock out with them. And that ain't about to happen. And I'm going to tell you why after this video with Napheesa Collier.
Feels like it's going same old, and we're not making a lot of progress. So definitely, I mean, it's unfortunate. Like, the league, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. We obviously want to get a deal done. It feels like the league doesn't have that same urgency, and the deadline is quickly approaching. So, I feel like a lot of stuff has to get done. We're not really close right now.
She don't even know what to say. She's like, oh, yeah, it's the same old. No, it's not the same old, because this is what y'all want to do. You want to have your cake and eat it too, because you want the league to pay y'all, give y'all everything that y'all want, and then you want to still hold on to Unrivaled to say, oh, well, if the league doesn't give us, we have Unrivaled. Nobody's going to pay. The WNBA has a mega TV deal. And you really think that they're going to allow this league to shut down in 2026 because y'all unselfish butts and they have money tied up into these TV contracts and all these endorsements? Check this out. Nike just rolled out Caitlin Clark's logo. Wilson had just unveiled something for Caitlin Clark early this year. And you really think they're going to allow their top superstar to play in Unrivaled? They might allow her to play overseas, but they ain't about to allow her to play in no Unrivaled when she's head and shoulders beyond what the WNBA needs right now. Whether y'all want to give her credit or not, the proof is in the pudding, baby boy. The proof is in the pudding. At the end of the day, Napheesa Collier and Satou Sabally and Breanna Stewart need to get their head out the sand, because this road that they going on right now is going to show them who's going to win in the end. And then and guess what they're going to be doing? They're going to find their way still playing in the WNBA, crying. But if you think that you can make more money in Unrivaled, go ahead. Don't play in the WNBA. Why beg for more money if you feel like you could get more money somewhere else? That's that's just the whole notion of it. See, at the end of the day, if the league lock out, they do have a chance to have us go ask for extension. They did it in 2019, I do believe. They did it in 2019. They asked for a 90-day extension. They have a chance to do that again. Now, if you don't give them an extension, and if they do, say for instance, you don't give them an extension, sure, the WNBA has a contingency plan. Now, if you give them a 90-day extension and say that, hey, oh, well, the deal, we still can't come to agreement, then guess what? The WNBA is still going to have a contingency plan to know how to go about it. Just think, see, this is what the players don't understand. They think that they have all the power, that the WNBA don't have a plan in place, just in case of a lockout. This is like you just going to Apple and say, oh, well, y'all can't make no more iPhones until I get what I want. Come on now. Come on now. It don't work in big business like that. So I'm going to read this article for Front Office Sports by Annie Constable. And this was back on August the 25th. And I sat on this for a while for a reason. The WNBA and the Women's National Basketball Players Association have just over 60 days to rectify a new collective bargaining agreement. And it looks like increasingly likely that will happen on October the 31st. It will come and go without a deal. Now, one source with the negotiations tell Front Office Sports that the extension of the deadline will likely be necessary to avoid immediate work stoppage. That is the first thing they will try to do. They're not going to tell you what else is in plan. They're not going to tell you that. This is the first step. They're going to say, oh, well, they're going to try to ask for an extension. Now, she said the players are willing. She said the players are willingly, diligently to achieve a transformational CBA that builds on the growth, momentum, and positive news surrounding the WNBA sports. And the WNBAPA Executive Director Terry Carmichael Jackson said in a statement to Front Office Sports. As we approach the 60-day mark, the league lack of urgency leaves players wondering if it is focused on making the work or just running out the clock. Fans do not want that. They are with the players and demanding a new standard for the W. Now, see, you can't speak for fans. She's speaking for fans. A lot of fans just want better refereeing, fair play for players, especially when it comes to Caitlin Clark, and promote players across the board. You know, be fair. That's what fans really want. And great product on the court, not this schoolyard basketball that y'all been playing. See, they asked for more eyes on the game, but guess what they did? When they got more eyes, then they try to turn it to, oh, we don't want the new fans. If you can't come and support us, then you could go away. We've been away for so long, we didn't even notice you were still here. Come on now. So, she also said, we have been clear that the WNBAPA, but so there is no doubt our number one priority is getting a new collective bargaining agreement complete that addresses that the players' priority while also supporting the long-term growth and success of the league and teams. A spokesman for the WNBA told Front Office, we have been meeting with the union throughout the summer and will continue to meet with them until it gets done, with additional sessions already scheduled through the rest of the season. So they already have a lot of sessions or meetings, whatever the case may be, throughout the rest of the season. See, now you got to understand how Napheesa Collier and Satou Sabally is working. They out here talking like there's nothing being done. Nobody's talking to them. But behind the scenes, things are being talked about. They trying to make it like the league is not paying them attention. They're trying to make like the league don't want to work with them when that's not the case. See, that's how they try to get you to make it feel sorry for them. Nah. A brief extension of the last CBA, which would need to be agreed upon on both parties. Now, both parties has to agree upon it. Now, if the players decide to say, I don't want to agree on it, then hey, the WNBA is going to have a plan in place. That's what they think the WNBA don't have in their back pocket, like something like bring in players that haven't played in the league, that will die to play in the league, to continue the WNBA season for 2026. Because if you have players like Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Leo Boston, all of them playing in the league and not in Unrivaled, guess what? Unrivaled will fail because they don't have the top players. Asia Wilson already didn't play last year. I doubt if she played this year. You think paying Asia Wilson $1 million for just 10 weeks when she could get over more of $1 million to play in the W? And she already get a buku, a load of endorsement. Same thing with Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu. Come on. And you think these players going to risk playing in the in rival, get hurt when they already came back this year and some of them already got hurt when they could get their body rested in the off season? Come on, make it make sense. So like I said, in 2019, the league and the union agreed on a 60-day extension announced in a joint statement 3 days before the deadline had met. Ultimately, negotiations were completed in January before free agency. So there is hope, guys. There is hope. Even if the deal don't get done by the 31st of October, guess what? They could both agree upon a 60-day extension. Some deal could get done before January, the end of the year. Guess what? Then they could go into 2026. But if it doesn't happen that way, why worry? Because I'm showing you, and I'm going to continue to say this, the W will have players playing in 2026. It might be a lockout for the Angel Reeses, the Breonna Stewarts, the Napheesa Collier, and the Satou Sabalys. It might be a lockout for them. But guess what? The league is going to continue to go in that 2026 season. See, they could go the whole 2026 season without an agreement. It don't really want to even matter because guess what? They're going to have players that is willing to play, wants to play. They could pull people from overseas that haven't had the opportunity to play in the league. They're going to be able to have them games on TV. And then if Caitlin Clark is playing, guess what? Guess what? You end up losing in the end. So, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I know what I think. I think these players is going to lose big time, and it's going to come back and bite them really bad. I think they should sit down and really think and stop pushing this narrative in the media about, well, the league gave them a deal and it was a slap in their face when we know good and well the league had offered them a deal 4 times the amount they're already making. And Napheesa Collier is sitting out here, just looking sad, like nobody is trying to work with them. That's media pity. That is media pity sympathy, y'all. Pay attention to how they operate. They want everybody to feel sorry for them, like nobody is trying to care about what they want or whatever. That's media pity sympathy. That's what it is. Until then, subscribe to the channel. Livewire. I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire. It's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it. So official, like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire. Sports and entertainment.